Police have released new timeline footage of a person of interest in the deadly mass shooting at Brown University in the US state of Rhode Island. The manhunt is now into its fifth day. The FBI is offering a $50,000 reward for information on the suspect. On Saturday, a masked gunman opened fire on the university campus, killing 2 students and injuring 9 others. CBS correspondent Jared Hill is in Providence, Rhode Island. He joined us earlier for an update on the situation there.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of have been in a holding pattern here for the past couple of days where investigators have released some images, some video, surveillance video of a person of interest that they say had been canvassing, that's their word, the campus in the area around Brown University for a couple of hours before the shooting. But still no sign of exactly who this person is, where they might be today. And it's not clear if they're any closer to answering those questions. We do know that they say they've gotten upwards of 200 viable tips, but again, so far no suspect.
Jared, how does it feel there today? There must be still quite a high level of anxiety.
It is, you know, it's kind of interesting because I think on one hand, you see these stories on TV and we talk about how there is definitely anxiety among some folks in the community, but at the same time, people are kind of going about their lives. One of the things that was definitely evident a couple of days ago when they initially said that they had a person of interest in custody or at least detained and then released that person of interest, there was significant frustration from folks in this community who were basically wondering, what does this mean for us? There were some moments where I was talking to some of the business owners nearby who said that having all of this happen in such a quick fashion also created a bit of a vacuum. There were, coffee shops and lunch restaurants that say that typically around this time of year they would be full of students and faculty getting ready for the end of the semester. But then all of a sudden that was gone, and so there was an eerie quiet. Now, though, there is really just this question of where is this person and when will they be found?
The attack on the campus, Jared, brings the number of mass shootings in the US, I think, to around 389 for this year. That's according to independent analysis. What are the other calls around gun control and the bigger conversation around the fact that we now have the 389th mass shooting?
Right. It's so interesting because covering so many of these mass shootings, you hear the same conversation come up time and time again about whether there should be reform for whether it's guns or hardening these schools and other institutions. I was at a prayer service yesterday for some of the victims of this shooting here at Brown University, and one of the things that we heard repeatedly from some of the clergy there was this need, they said, for some sort of stricter gun control within the United States, and in particular within Rhode Island. The other thing, though, that we're hearing is that people are saying that these universities, that schools need to figure out better ways to increase the security. And so there are these circular conversations that we continue to hear. When it comes to Capitol Hill, does it seem like there's an appetite for any sort of gun reform at this point? Not really, in particular because of the way that the power structure currently exists. But again, this is something that we continue to hear with every one of these mass shootings that, as you mentioned, happen dozens, if not hundreds of times a year.